Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am up on the Cut to You blog today. Today, I am in love. I am in love with this cut file. So when Gwen shared this cut file and we all got to throw out names to name it, I was like, I need that cut file in my life, like so much. So the name of this cut file is Floral Wall Hanging. And not only can it go on a beautiful scrapbook page, but you could absolutely put this on the wall. So this page is going to end up on my wall for a while, not only because it is a beautiful cut file and it is a super fun memory that I am documenting, but I am using all of my favorite stuff for this. So I am documenting 2 photos. I am documenting one photo. This is my design team photo. So every other design team that I've been on, I use my photo from YouTube. But it's getting a little older, and so am I. And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to attempt to take a selfie. So, okay, here's the truth behind this selfie. I only curled the front of my hair. The back of my hair is still straight from me being at work. And I threw on my favorite scarf. And I just went outside in my driveway and took a couple pictures and sent them to my bestie Amber and was like, what do you think? So this was the one we decided on. So the second photo is of the design team. So I wanted to document that. And these photos fit perfectly on this wall hanging. So I used my Gather collection and I backed the florals, as well as it had a wood grain in it. So I did the wood grain on the top and bottom. And then I had a Kaiser Craft paper in my scraps. So I've recently gone through all of my scrap pieces of paper, and I have recycled the majority of them because I don't reach for them. I don't use them. So I have just this little tiny container of a few things that sits by my desk, by my chair, so that I can reach for them and use them. So they have to be of decent size. So that background striped pink paper was absolutely perfect. Now, I did cut out the cut file on white cardstock, and I felt like it was getting a little bit lost by putting it on a white cardstock background. So I reached for my favorite shimmers. I am a huge fan of shimmers. And this particular color is really the only one I have ever killed because I use it till the absolute end. It's Meant to Be. And all I did was mark around where my cut file was going to go, and then took a paintbrush and just painted it around so that it creates this really pretty sparkly mint behind it so that that cut file pops. Now I did put it on a piece of Maggie Holmes paper. This is from Chasing Dreams from the paper pad. So I didn't gut it. I felt like it needed a little bit of extra support. So not only does the mixed media pop up that cut file, but I am literally going to pop up the cut file. So I am adding some fun foam to the back of this cut file. And this is just fun foam that I get at Walmart. It has adhesive on one side and non-adhesive on the other side. I think they really need to make really fun foam. I think that's what I would call it. So you have fun foam and then you have really fun foam, and that could have adhesive on both sides. Like they need to make that. And they need to sell it in the kids department for super cheap. So I am just popping everything up, and then I am just going to take my tape runner, and I am going to add some adhesive to that fun foam. Now, I do want to make sure that the majority of this cut file is supported by the fun foam, because I don't want anything to dip, especially where the photos are, because if it dips, it could kind of potentially wrinkle the photo, and I definitely do not want that to happen. So there is my beautifully backed cut file. I'm going to pop it down on top of my background paper, and then I decided that I want to take it to my sewing machine, and I'm just going to do a straight stitch in white thread, and I am just going to do it around the border on top of the white. And then I'm going to trim down my photos. Now, I print most of my photos via Shutterfly, or sometimes I even go to CVS, but I do have an Epson PictureMate, and I haven't quite figured out how to print in a 4x4 form. So I do put it into like a collage app and just add a huge border. So that's what I did. And in doing that, then I just trimmed it down, and I had a nice thick white border for our design team pictures. And that was enough. But for my picture, it didn't have a white border. So I decided to grab another piece of 6x6 paper, went ahead and trimmed it down and backed it. It's kind of like a floral on like a cream background. So it's not completely white. So I'm going to do a little bit of embellishing. It doesn't need a lot, but it does need a little bit. So I have a few pieces of chipboard left from the Chasing Dreams collection, but it seems really thick. So that frame I wanted to add, and I wanted to tuck it under that photo. But when I tucked it under, then it bent my photo up. So I took my scissors, and I am going to basically peel off the majority of the layers to these chipboard pieces. So I'm going to do that with the frame, as well as this butterfly and the bow at the bottom. As far as these plus signs, I'm going to leave those as is, and I'm just going to pop those down. Now, because I have torn off the majority of the chipboard to the back of the butterfly, I can actually take the butterfly and bend its wings up a little bit. And it actually does it a little bit naturally, which I thought was kind of cool. So I have a bunch. Well, let's be honest. I have a basket of Maggie Holmes. She is my favorite designer. She hasn't come out with anything that I don't love. So I have plenty of her stuff. And when I do layouts that usually are about me, I do tend to use Maggie Holmes because it just makes me happy. Because I'm not always super happy with photos of myself. But it makes me happy to use those products. So I kind of go through a bunch of different things. I want to say those tiny word stickers are from Bloom. I add 2 to that space in between the florals and the design team photo. It says happy, happy, and so amazing. And then I did reach into, this is Sweet Story. These are some clear stickers. Yeah, they're not rub-ons. They're clear stickers. and they're black, and I decided to bring in a few of those since I had added those black plus signs, and then of course our photos are in black and white. So I add 2 long floral pieces, one inside of the frame and then one on the side with a photo of me. And then there's some tiny leaves that I am going to add just behind where some of the leaves are in the floral cluster. So I'm going to take a little bit of time, not a lot, because there's not much to glue down, but I'm going to take a little bit of time, and I am going to use some wet glue to apply these chipboard pieces down. They are still chipboard, even though they are thin chipboard. And then my layout is pretty much done. I did add my title at the top that is also a clear black sticker, and it says Dream Big, because I feel very blessed that this is a dream of mine to be on this design team. So I thought it was the perfect title, and it fit right up there in that cute little heart at the top as well. So I am going to finish it off with some sequins. All of my butterflies have gotten sequin trails. So these are Spiegelmom Scrap sequins. They are called Summer Morn, and I am just going to use the pink salmony color. So not only is my butterfly gonna get some sequin trails, I'm gonna add a couple of little sequins to the florals, and then was this tiny little gap on the left hand corner of my picture. I'm going to add 3 sequins there, a couple of sequins by the frame, and then a couple of sequins by the tiny word stickers. So I just add drops of Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. I am going to use my Crystal Katana. The wax tip is going to pick up the sequin, and then I'm going to push it down with the other side that is kind of a metal tip. So that is going to do it for my layout. I am super excited about this. Make sure you head over and get your hands on this cut file because it is stunning and can be used for so many things. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I would love to chat with you. And remember to wear your crown, and we'll see you next time. Bye.